All right, so we're back talking more Ahsoka theories with Ben. Jumping straight on into it, the next one I have is Shin becoming the Raider leader. That's my next theory here, is she has now teamed up with the Raiders. It seems some sort of truce or something, and they're going to accept her. And I feel like she's going to quickly show her worth and that she's just a really capable fighter, and then they're going to, maybe by force, she's going to take over the position of being their leader and use them essentially like her bodyguards or minions in the next season. What do you think? Any thoughts on that?
Yeah, I think it'll certainly start that way. I don't get the impression that, like, and I've seen some other people talk about this, and they sort of seem to think that this is just what she's going to do, and that's going to be her character from now on. And I don't think so. If you look at her facial expression as it's happening, she doesn't seem particularly confident. And I don't think it's just because the situation. I think she doesn't know what she wants.
She probably feels lost without Baylan. I mean, he's probably been there directing her for her whole life, I would think, something close to it, because she takes his orders without questions. So has she really thought for herself a lot and like figured out what she wants to do with her life beyond what Baylan has told her to do?
Yeah, exactly. And probably not. I mean, she thought she was sort of being trained as a Jedi too.
Yeah.
In some sense. So I don't think, she doesn't think that she's a bad guy necessarily. I mean, most bad guys don't, but you know what I mean. And yeah, so I think whatever that is going to be temporary. And I think by the end of that season, she's going to join Ahsoka and Sabine.
Yeah.
I don't think that Ahsoka offering her hand to help her was an accident.
No. I mean, it's either that or it's to show that she's going to double down, right? That's the other option.
It could be that, but the reason I don't think it's that, and I guess that could change next season, is because we didn't really get much in the way of understanding who her character was.
Yeah.
The show almost felt like a prologue to her character, whatever that's going to be in season 2. So that's why I think that her offering the hand of the extension tells me she's gonna sort of embrace the true Jedi path.
Oh, that would be interesting. I mean, she has most of the qualities of the Jedi, except for the fact that she does a little force choke every now and then. But I think that would make a lot of sense for her to eventually go back to the light side. So I kind of have that same feeling that that hand was given for a very specific reason, and I think it's because she's eventually going to take it. And I think that's going to add to Ahsoka's character of, making her a more embodiment of the light side of the Force. I mean, she's not really a Jedi either. She's more just a light side Force user, and I think this is going to maybe hammer it home for everybody that she's able to kind of convince people that are holding on to these negative feelings to just let go, accept it, and move on.
Yeah, I think so too. I think Ahsoka as a character in general has been pretty good at doing stuff like that, especially when she was younger. She was tenacious in the way Anakin was, but she was able to make good decisions for herself in a way that Anakin was not. And that didn't really become a huge issue for her until Vader almost killed her and they fought and she found out that her bastard turned to the dark, and all that stuff.
Yeah.
And that was a pretty hugely traumatic experience. So I think Ahsoka is exactly the right person to lead someone like Shin, who's sort of lost.
Yeah.
She was lost for a while.
It's kind of, I feel like it could be considered a parallel. She was not able to bring the light side out of Anakin, someone who was just as conflicted about using the light and dark side of the Force and the state of the world and everything. I feel like Shin could possibly be a redemption for Ahsoka to bring someone back to the light side from the dark side, because if she fails with Shin, that just means essentially in her mind she's failed twice, right? And then with Sabine, obviously she was afraid that Sabine's going to give into her negative emotions too. So I feel like she's already done the whole, at least in her mind, failed at bringing someone to the light side. So I think that might be a reason why she does bring Shin to the light side.
It'd be kind of poetic in a way, much in a similar way that Luke sort of rebuilding the Jedi Order would have been.
Would have.
Being able to bring back, kind of find wayward Force users or even people on the dark side and bring them back, and that would be pretty beautiful. So using her own teachings and what Anakin taught her, and use that thing to be a force for good and sort of balance the scales in the other way. And I think that'd be pretty awesome. So yeah. I think that's where it's going. I think the raid leader thing, we will see it, but it'll be more a vehicle for
driving the plot forward to her eventually taking the hand of Ahsoka.
Exactly, for her to come into conflict with Ahsoka and Sabine.
Yeah, and then have to make the choice again, and maybe this time she accepts the hand, goes to Ahsoka's school for wayward children.
X-Men. I think that's where it's going.
Yeah, but okay, so I think that wraps up the Shin theory. But let us know what you think is going to happen to Shin or what your general theories are. I'm Keegs, and I will catch you all next time for some more Star Wars content.